Beautiful flowers growing on the coast here, down at Grossie Point. What do you reckon, Tilly? These nice yellow ones too. After all the floods we've had, it's going to be a while before we can fish here again. So much rubbish got washed down, and it's just not worth going out for a fish right now. Hopefully the resident spoonbills can still get a feed. A couple of mallards in the sea. Big old blackback gull and black oyster catcher. He's fishing right now. And where he is where there's a lot of smaller fish. There's shell bed underneath that with shellfish. Really cool cactus. I'm not going to get too close because it's got these bloody sharp spines, but it looks like it's got feet with toes on it. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it's a 6-toed cactus. And it's got these kind of fruits that grow on it. The end of them. I picked one off the ground. I wonder if I can plant that. I don't want the plant. It can stay where it was. I'm still pulling out lots and lots of tiny little prickles out of my finger from that there. There's still heaps in there, and the thing is that they don't come out easy. They're all like, they got little barbs on. The road's closed to traffic now. This is Ruby Bay, and the floods have closed it. That's my fishing ground out there, and apparently a few kahawai are starting to come in the bay. And the track up here is closed, many slips and fallen trees. So up in here's where I've gathered mushrooms and also passion fruit, wild passion fruit. They grow here, you can see them in front of me. I wanted to see if I could find some woodier mushrooms and some dead wood. There'll be plenty of dead wood after all these floods, that's for sure. Oh, this is a shame. This used to be all Cape gooseberries growing in here, and it's all been just all mud. They've gone. Shit. Oh, the light's fading. I'll come back tomorrow, have a look again. Woodier mushroom generally grows in the winter time. There's actually been wild animals up here at different times. There's been deer through here and pigs. Nothing right now. Look at this kawa, it's dead. It's been smashed right out. All that wasted, dying over there. Oh, that's still a little bit alive, but that one there is definitely dead. This big slip's come down and just smashed everything. Great big burr on that tree. That'd be great to turn. Be beautiful. Make good knife handles out of that. All the tree roots have had a hammering too from the water. It's washed it right down. Look, right up here. This is normally not like this at all. The cliffs have just come down with the rain all around the place. Well, I found something. I'm going to pick it. Is it a puffball? I'm pretty sure it is, and I'm pretty sure I can eat that. Yes. Good. I'm damn sure I can eat that. I'll do a bit of research. It looks like a butt cheek, doesn't it? Definitely looks like a butt cheek, but I'm pretty sure that's a species of puffball. I'll do some research and find out. I don't know, and you've got to know 100% because it can make you or break you. But that's, I think, edible. Awesome. These are delicious Cape gooseberries, and I'm glad to find this here. They should be a few on them, although someone might have picked them. They're pretty green. This is something that I ate a lot when I was on the coast, living in my challenge I did. But good to know this plant's here. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to actually take some for seed. It's hands in these stuff down here. Oh, what I was hoping to find was actually a seedling that I could take. This plant here has been broken. I think is that part of it? It's been snapped off there. Hasn't got much on it actually. It's been broken down here as well. It's been pretty much broken everywhere, but it's got a bit of root on it. Just lying there, so I might take that. It's been damaged. Yeah, it may not grow, but it's going to die anyway by the looks of it. So I'll take this, I'll break that off, and let's say she's puckarood. Just going to put this over the roots, keep them moist, and it's wet sand. And I'll pick it up on the way back through because I don't want to carry that around in my bag. I don't think it's going to make it, it's probably going to die, but nothing ventured, nothing gained. Bloody seagull came in and attacked me. Must have a nest around here somewhere. Swept right down my head. There goes old mate. He made it. Pretty gutless that people just let a rooster go because it pissed them off rather than either put out its misery or find a better home for it. He's got no mate and he's been right through the winter. He survived last winter too. Hey, doot, doot, doot. Sorry I got no feed for you, buddy. Yeah, they could have at least left you with a female. Yeah, I don't bring anything to you. You're a beautiful looking boy, aren't you? Eh? There's no food there, you're as tame as. Yeah, I ain't got anything for you, mate. You've become tame. Hey, you're easy to catch. It's right by my feet. It really is gutless, isn't it? Just to put a domestic animal in the bush to fend for itself rather than deal with it one way or another. I'd rather put his head on a block and chop his head off and put him out of his misery, because it would have been hard through the winter, no food. I think it's coming a spring now, he'll survive. He doesn't really belong here. He's a beautiful boy. You no one left you with a chicken, not even a girlfriend to snuggle up to at night. Well, sorry I got no feed for you, buddy. Somebody must have fed him through the winter, because there'd be no feed in here. Well, I guess if there wasn't getting feed, he would have done it hard, but he survived. Flax. Harakeke. That's where I got it all. I did my primitive challenge. I made just about everything out of it. A boat, a hut, Kentucky raft, clatty and flax. I finally found the elusive wood here, but I got here too late. I think it's past its use by date. But that's that alright. Bugger. Whether that can be dried for anything. I guess it could be used for propagating more wood here. Take the spores off it. We'll take that anyway. Someone tell me, is that turkey tail? Doesn't stick out much. I don't know if it is or not, but this log is fruited right throughout. It's prolific. Not wood here. So is this one here. Look at the size of them. But I don't know if it's turkey tail or not. I'll leave it. I'm still learning about mushrooms. I'm not sure what that is. More Cape gooseberries here, and these guys are actually ripe. This guy's ripe for the taking. And I might take these for seed. You never know, might be able to grow from seed as well if my little plant doesn't grow. My bag of tricks. And there's my plant I'm taking. We'll see how we go with it. This is what I've been looking for. They're actually a wee bit dried. That's not too bad. Just on the edge. They might be past the date of eating. I'm not like I'd like them, but maybe good to dry out and make into a powder. Mix it up a little bit, put the whole lot on this whole fry pan from the refuse station. It's great what you can buy from the refuse station at $1 that you can use in your garden. And I'm going to add a little bit of this. It's a mixture of compost. Oh, it stinks, seaweed. Man, it stinks. Seaweed, worm, juice, chicken poo. It's kind of like a fertilizer, but it will also help the plant get some nutrition. This, oh, she doesn't smell fresh at all. Probably should give that a trim with the secateurs, tidy it up. What I'll do is I'll put a wee bit of water on that now just to help water it in, and come back to it in a few days and see if it's going to make it or not. This timber here, this is the only thing I'm buying for the raised bed. Everything else is second-hand materials. Beautifully done. Nice. Today I'm putting in the posts for my raised bed. I've got my holes dug up here and all my holes down here done too. I do have one more hole to do, but we're going to start off first of all by putting this one in and then running a string line off it. My bed will be 800 wide. It's utilising the bit of gap here that I've got running down the garden between those logs that are stacked, and these piles that I'll be putting in will be the bracing for old corrugated iron. And I've got some timber that I bought from ITM to frame it. Everything was already here except the framing. These posts are left over from the fence, and the iron's all second hand, although I think I'll probably have to buy some more. Good girl, Po. You got it? Baby rat. Good girl, Po. Good dog. Got a mouse. There's a rat gone, Po. There'll be more down there. The laying box has got some warm eggs, and so they're actually starting to sit on eggs now. Be interesting to see what comes out of that. Come on, dogs, let's go. Been a bit of a slow day. We've got this big post in here. We're going to swing a door off that and put another post in there and come up, and it'll close on that, and it'll be neat on either side, and we'll square off the top with a piece of timber. Got this one in, that one in, and the one down there. I need one more at the very end. We can put our framing on the inside and get our corrugated on, and that'll be our raised bed. That's for tomorrow, that job. This little ingot came in the post with no name who sent it to me, and it's got some beautiful words on it. It's got a nice wee jewel in there too, and I don't know who sent it, but whoever it was, beautiful words on it, mate, and thank you very much. It's actually come at a good time. Hey Pixie. Hey Po, you ready for your walk, eh? You've already had 2 today. We'll give you another one though. Come on, let's go. Pixie goes up onto the fridge for his hug, don't you? Sit down, boy, sit down. Here's a good boy. Yes, Super Duck. We haven't forgot about you, mate. We haven't forgot. We're just giving Pixie a bit of love. She's a good dog, aren't you? Yes, you are. Good dog. Well, Super Duck's coming over because she knows that I give them posse yum. She tried to pick up a little bit. Don't you touch Super Duck. Look at her. There's a good boy, aren't you? You're a good boy. Yes, you are. We love you, mate. We do. We love you. See how our old clothes feel tomorrow, whether we're going to hunt you or not. I'm a wee bit under the weather, so we'll just see how we go. Yep, you're a chatterbox, aren't you? Don't you bite her. He's getting a bit jealous. He's looking at her. Don't you touch, Pixie. Don't you touch. Good boy. Okay, away you go. Don't touch the duck. You leave it. Don't like how you're looking at my duck. No, don't touch. You leave it. Off you go. Now, do I put you on a rope, or are you going to try and alpha up on Bigsy? Hey? Stay in, Pace. Stay. Stay. Pace, come. Bigsy, get out there. Bigsy, get in, Bigsy. Bigsy, get back in. Good dog. Good boy. Pearler of a night. It feels really good, even though I didn't get much achieved today. I've got something done, and it's just little steps for me right now. But each day I get my big, massive garden in further. Pace, get in. Come on, Pace. Get in. It's a massive garden. It's going to be huge. The idea is it can feed me and whoever's staying at the time. It's a labour intensive job, but Cora's planted this whole patch and leeks and onions. It's done and dusted. Now she's smacking in some bok choy that's probably should have been planted out about a month ago in the containers under the nets. And I've got this here, spinach. It's called Popeye Spinach. It looks like the slugs have had a crack at it, putting it under nets here. You're a bloody legend, mate. Into it with your bare hands. You don't want a tool?
No. Don't need one.
I like a woman who likes getting her fingernails dirty. We'll get you on the hill and carry a pig out next.
Yep, keen.
Yep. They're pretty big plants, eh? They've been chewed on by something. There's a rat living in the glass house. I reckon he's been chewing on them. Or do you think it's slugs?
Probably a bit of both.
Bit of both?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll see how they go here. I've got this funny looking tool. It's on the Mega Store, and it's actually quite good. I was watching Cora, she was using it for planting, and she made holes like that and simply just plug them in the ground and leave them. This whole garden here has got 2 weeds that grow around it, well actually 3. It's got mint, which you can see in the corner there, and it's a bastard plant, but like Cora says, at least you can eat it. You can make a tea out of it. We've got this other one it's grown all over the chicken house, and right now it's dead because Shy that was with me killed it all. I don't know what that is. You know what that plant is? It sort of like goes right up. They call it honey something. Is it honeysuckle? I don't know, but it's a yeah. It's an absolute bastard plant. It's a vine that goes in everything. And then we've got this twitch in the ground. But this here is going really good. This is my garlic that I planted in here. and I did 2 lots. I staggered them a bit in times, and we've got more leeks. And the reason I like planting these here is the birds, they aren't interested in them, so you can plant them without putting a net over. It's going really good. Right, we'll carry on with this here, and this patch is pretty much full now. It's going to be eventually, hopefully it's going to be slug proof as well as bird proof. I've got to put something on it. Got some of that derrick dust, or Derris dust, is it? Yeah, but I might put some iron in the ground too, keep the slugs off. The eggshell idea that someone told me about, I did a wee test in the corner, but it didn't really work. Still had slugs on it in the night. I put eggshells around it. I think they go underneath the eggshells and they come up beside the base of the plant, and then they start chomping and chewing on your plant. We're now tackling this patch here. I put carpet over this. Underneath it, the soil's been really worked, although it's got compacted because we haven't done anything for about 6 months. But there's coffee grounds, chicken poo, horse poo, seaweed, and we're going to plant some asparagus crowns. Cora found them in the glass house. They actually started to grow inside the packet. I should have planted them a while ago. Never grown asparagus before, but I like eating them, so we're going to put some on the ground. These crowns here have got little asparagus coming out already. Cora reckons not this year, but next year we can chew on them. Yeah, Cora?
Yep.
And she said her mum says that you chop the growth off in June. The top, is that right? Yep. Okay, we'll listen to Mum. She'll know. And we'll plant these guys, get their roots down a bit further, and we'll put them in and pull that up a bit. Apparently it wants well draining soil. This is all clay here, we're in the Emotiri clay, so it's not that well draining, but we'll just do what we can. I'm going to pull that up a bit so the roots are pointing in the right direction, and then bring more soil around it. Trying to break my little baby asparagus off it. This is the one I've just planted next to it. This one needs a bit more soil. An old mate over here, it's 4 in. She did it! The asparagus is all on. There's a heap in the ground here. You can't really see them because they're just asparagus crowns, but they're all there. And I just got a phone call from young Jody. He's working down south now with Spiky Gold Hunters. And his boss is going to drop me off a crayfish. Or 2. Who doesn't like crayfish? Anyway, that's what we got today. It was a day of just gardening, but we cheaped a lot, eh? And I've got to thank Cora for kicking me up the bum because I was a bit slow this morning, being a Sunday. I was supposed to go hunting, but both the adults that were taking me to help me with the boys both pulled out, one reason or another, so I ended up working instead. It was a good Sunday. Oh, tomorrow's another day. Tomorrow I'm going to put a fence around this to keep the dogs off it. And also Super Duck, she'll pull it out, eh? Yeah. Bloody good job, mate. Really good job. It's a feeling of achievement, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's been a good day.
Yeah.
Real feeling of achievement. We got a lot done. We got that row. You planted all of those leeks and onions, and weeded the block next door, and put these here in. We should get some water on them now, eh? Get more water on, you reckon?
Yeah, unless it's going to rain. Nope.
No, it's blue sky, mate. It's not going to rain.
Yeah.
I'll put a hose on now just to water them in. Yeah,
Yeah.
bloody good. Cora planted these as well today under the net, and I planted these ones in here, or some of them. It's always good to have someone holding your hose. These plants will be getting a shock because they've been in a packet for like 2 months, no water. First bit of water they've had. This actually isn't my driveway. This is Murray's driveway. He lets me use it. My driveway's even worse than this. So when I bought the property, this was a bit of land that he said, hey, you can use it to get to your place to access it because your driveway's shit. And that's exactly what I've done. Anyway, just got home with a little box of treats from Jody. So next day, and I came down here this morning, and just about every crown was either broken off or dug out of the ground. It took me an hour to replant them all. Cora says that not to worry. She says that the actual crowns will grow new, but all of them have been pulled out, and the actual crowns were out of the ground too. It took me an hour to replant it. So I've just cut up a wire tar in half with the angle grinder, and we've got this bit of old black pipe. We're going to make something similar to what I've got on Damo's garden here, because the poo geckos that they come in here. Cora could see Pukeko prints in the pond over there. They come in this morning, they just obliterate everything. This is why it's so important to be predator proof. Although I am suspicious of Super Duck because my tomatoes, which she can't reach, but a Pukeko could reach, are perfectly intact. What's your gut feeling, Cora?
I don't know.
Super Duck or Pukeko?
I'm leaning towards Super Duck.
Yeah, she's going to. She said it's time to put Super Duck in the pot. Wash your mouth out, girl. That's my baby. Right.
She's just trying to get food.
Yeah, she is good food, but right now we did a lot of work, so putting it back in. I've been wearing the safety glasses and the helmet while I'm using this machine here, because Jared Pearce said you've got to be careful without the guard on, piece fly up, and he's absolutely right. Even with a Dremel I've had a piece fly up and get me in the nose, so definitely I'm double safety today. Safety first. Right, I'll carry on cutting up wire tails and we'll try and see if we can get this in. This morning Cam's coming over teaching me how to grow mushrooms because I want to grow some wood air. And what's the other one you want to grow? It sounds like shit something.
Shiitake.
Shiitake.
Yeah.
She wants to grow shiitake and I want to grow wood air. What is it your dad's growing?
Oyster mushrooms.
Yeah, her dad's got these really cool oyster mushrooms. And I want to grow my own too because that's a food source.
It's a polypore, and you can tell because there's all the little holes underneath there instead of having normal gills like a mushroom.
Right.
And so it's just a different way of spreading its spores, and it's just a different type of mushroom, I guess. And so this could be turkey tail, but I'm not 100% sure. There's another species which is commonly misidentified, and it's just got the same type of bandings as well.
That's what Yona said to me too.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to find turkey tail. So you couldn't 100% identify there's been turkey tail?
No. I've just picked a whole bunch of dry ones like this, added it, chopped them up and added it to a blender with just a little bit of water, maybe 100, 200 mils.
Right.
Blended it up and poured that over some fresh sticks.
Yep.
And that hopefully will colonize, and you'll be able to spread that again over a log like this, or just in a small wooded area, and
these
continue
little
growing more.
These little wee ones, you can actually take these and use these. Even that there, you can actually cook. That's actually, if you rehydrate that will actually come back up again. There's nothing wrong with those. I was reading about them yesterday, so I'll take those while we're down here. They can make a really good soup. You've just got to, with the mushrooms, you've got to cook them a lot, to get the nutrients out.
Yeah, and there's also this thing called chitin in them, which is the same thing which is in insects' exoskeleton, which your body really struggles to break down.
Okay.
Which is what the cooking them helps start that breaking down process.
Right.
And helps your body process them a lot more as well.
Okay, that's good to know. Chitin.
Chitin, yeah.
It's probably had about 40 minutes in there, yeah?
Yeah, it is still quite warm.
Okay. So do we drain it?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's pretty hot. Oh, it's okay to put your hands in there when you've done that, is it?
Yeah. So like, because this is straw, like, you know, there's not a lot on our hands that wants to bacterialize and that wants to colonize onto that.
Okay.
Wants to grow onto that. So like, what I mean by field capacity is, oh, that's quite warm, very warm.
Very, very warm, It's hot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This would almost be perfect here.
That's the
Bag off.
spawn there. Wow, look at, you see the mycelium in there, can't you? All that white stuff.
Just a bit of that on top.
Okay.
Mix around, let it kind of, so that it gets in there and all around it, and you don't end up with large clumps of kind of uncolonized straw.
Right.
Quite a bit in there now.
Cool.
About half a kilo or so. So
smack this on here.
what is the? Yeah.
Nice.
Label it to kind of add some more material to it.
Right. And do I need to mist that stuff occasionally or not?
Yeah. So it just if it starts to look quite dry, personally, I'd probably give this just a little bit of a spritz now because these logs are a little bit dry.
Yep, sure.
But once it's got that lid on there,
yes,
it should hold moisture, because it's also, even though it has holes in the side for it to breathe, they're covered in a micropore tape,
right,
which allows the air to come through but keeps the moisture in as well.
Awesome, buddy. Thank you.
No, not a problem.
Well, she must have dropped them last night. And look at the paint job on them. Newborns. What a beauty, look at that. They've only just come out. That fella's beautiful. Or felless. Twins. Lovely. Chalet. Interesting breed. That is an expensive sheep. It's not mine, it's my neighbour's, Murray's. Those little newborns, they look awesome. Just calling the sheep in there, giving them a few sheep nuts. Getting them used to come into the call. But, this one here on the other side of the fence is not mine, but he got the odd nut. Little black face. Anyway, I'll sort of show you that, guys. It's neat to see, isn't it? Newborn lambs. Still got the umbilical cords hanging off them. Nice spring day to be born. Beautiful day, even though it's cold. I've got my woolies on, I've got my armorock, and I've got my jersey that I've had now for, God, I bought that when I was 30. It's nearly 30 years old, this, and it's still going. It's this one underneath. It's from Peru. I paid 20 Deutschmarks, it's like 20 marks for it in 1991. And I've got this bag of feed for the ducks. One of the ducks is sitting on eggs, so we're going to try and see if we can raise some naturally. I won't hold my breath. The old hawk's flying over now, I don't know if you can see that. So I have to put a net around it for when the babies hatch, if they do hatch. Mothers are hopeless, these ducks. I've only ever grown them in incubator, never ever once grown them naturally. And if I have, they've all died. They're just useless mums. Chickens are better. Come to see me, have you? Hey? Come to see me. You know I've got some feed, don't you? Morning, ladies. How you doing? How you doing? They're real messy feeders, ducks. They're not the most economical feeder. You guys are on the wrong side of the bloody net, aren't you? Hey? Can you come over? Both feeders getting a hammering. There's actually enough feed in this paddock. They don't need it. It's just a substitute feed. These guys, they lay eggs in the most random places. And another one there. Yes, I know you'd like it, mate. Okay, how are these guys doing? They're warm? Oh, they are nice. You're a bit cold, mate. You need to get in there. Yeah, these guys are... Put you amongst that there and warm you up a bit. The ones on the outside are cold. I don't know how they ever bloody can do it. I might put some more grass in the corner here. What the hell are you doing under the fence? You're not getting an egg, mate. No, you're not. Tied you up to keep you out. Get all the stuff underneath it. The reeds. It's a bit wet, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. You keep away, Pace. Not for you. Away you go. I'll plug in that corner. It just ensures that the eggs sort of don't roll to the corner and get cold. This is where the old duckies don't do a good job. You cover everything up, keep it nice and warm. Old Pace chancing, getting a duck egg. You're a chancer, aren't you? You're not getting one, mate. I want to have one bloody natural brood of eggs. I haven't done it yet. Hopefully this will be it. And if they do, I'll put a net over it so the hawks can't get in there. Take those home. Oh jeez, look at these dogs. Look at them, how can I not, eh? How can I not, eh? Look at your lips. Oh, I'm a softie. Pace, Pace, not Poe, Pace. Bigsy. Sorry Poe, you missed out that time, mate. There was only 2. Sorry buddy, you get it next time. Okay. Ah, she's the mum, is she? She the mum? I think she might be. Oh, I spotted an egg on the other side there, so Poe can have one. Awesome. I never saw that. Bloody ducks laying eggs just anywhere. How the hell they ever expect? Suppose in luck. And it's a broken one too. It's got a bit of a crack. It's like it's... Poe, come. You're in luck, girl. Eat up. There you go, mate. She loves duck eggs. She's already like a bit of wee hole on and getting the yolk out. Tail wagging the whole time. She's a heavy dog. Why would she not be? Beautiful spring day and fresh duck eggs. It was only laid today, that. Wasn't there yesterday. And old Pace McBride's come back in. What are you doing in here, Pace? I've tied him up to Bigsy. Funny how a super duck comes up to the killing block. You don't really understand what this block's for, do you, mate? She's coming up here because I've got the possum, which I feed the dogs. But you think you're getting some of that, don't you? Well, you might get a tiny little bit. But this is where I do all the killing. I think the last casualty here was a rabbit that the dog tucked on this block. Macrocarpa. You're in luck, mate. There's a few wee bits for you. There you go. Don't say I don't spoil you rotten, because I do. Well, what I've done here with Bigsy's is I've scattered it. He's got a pigskin in there. He's been pulling to bits, and you can see just little bits of dog tucker everywhere. He's just waiting for the command. You wait for it, Pace. Wait for the command. Wait for the command. Wait for the command. I've scattered it around like that so he's not going to choke on it. Old Pace is starting to growl. He does this growly thing. Poe's waiting for the command. Pace thinks by growling I'm going to speed up. No! Wait for the command, I'm watching you. No! Hit up. Still old Bigsy's scoffing it. But spreading it out like that just means he's not going quite as fast. I should even make it further apart. He's like a vacuum cleaner, isn't he? Slow down, Bigsy. Some over here. Some over there. Bit of pig bristle going in there with it probably. Yeah, you find the odd treat. Makes it a bit more fun, doesn't it, Bigsy? You're not really chewing. They went fast, didn't it, mate, eh? Oh, you get some tonight again. Good boy. In winter I'm feeding them 2 times a day. Just a little amount as we get into summer, and then when we get into summer we go once a day, and then we'll even go once a day with a fasting day occasionally for them. My Cape gooseberry that I sort of rescued, which is still looking a bit sad, I reckon might just make it. It might just make it. Look at that, it's not dead totally. It's looking better than it was when I found it, and I put a bit of sand in there, mixed, sort of try to make it a bit like the environment it was in. It was in a sandy sort of stuff, but we'll see how we go. The patch of leeks and onions that Cora planted look good. And the rest of the garden there is starting to show some signs of producing some food for us. Young Jody, who I looked after a long time ago, who now looks after himself, actually started looking after me. He's now 19 and he's working for that company, Spiky Gold Hunters, you might have seen on the telly, diving for Kenner down south. He's in Fielden right now, and he sent me a box up with his boss, and in it had a couple of beautiful crayfish and some blue cod. I've gifted one to my neighbour, Murray, because he's elderly and doesn't get out much anymore, and I gifted the other one to Cora because she just doesn't have the opportunities or resources to have it. And when Damo comes home, we're going to cook up the other one. Hey, thanks for watching. I'm going to go inside now. I'd like to stay out in the garden in the sun and pot around, but I do have to edit a video because I haven't made one for a while. That's the downside of being a YouTuber. You actually have to go inside. You have to sit down on your ass when you like to be outside. One day maybe I'll have someone that does all my editing and I'll just like stay outside all the time. I hate coming inside, but we've all got to work. Hey, you have a good day, guys. Be good, can't be good. Try and be careful. And we'll see you in the next Clay Tool Stories video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not too, because it helps. Okay, see you later. Bye.